What? Best comedy God denial. Exactly. Who are the best at making it funny? Apparently, type that bash in, you get this bash. Well, right, number two. Oh, and this bash number one. Whoa. So number two,
You
right?
can only beat
If you
hate with
ain't
love.
first, you're last. So let's see the last funny.
Now, in saying that, I hate Muslims.
So
You can only beat hate with love. Now, in saying that,
you can only beat hate with love. Wow, what a concept. Whoa, it's so logical, right? Wow. Because emotions are so logical, right? And love is so logical, right? To you. And you're like, no, love is just complexity. And complexity is the highest affinity to complexity. And that's what it is. But that's why it hurts. Because we're growing. We're just relentlessly transforming in and out and 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 in and out forever. Until you're just bashed, never wake up, apparently. Wow. What a concept. What a concept, right? Only love defeats hate, right? Apparently. No. Love is unconditional. Where does it come from? Yes, the Creator, the Father. He who created all the heavens and that which lieth therein, and the earth and that which lieth therein. Who knew? Wow. No, it couldn't be, right? It couldn't be. Let's listen to what this passage is saying.
I hate Muslims. Hang on, I didn't finish my sentence. I hate Muslims, I hate Christians, I hate the Amish, I hate Buddhists, I hate the snake people, I hate Jews.
Oh, the snake people. Who are the snake people? He didn't say it. He named every other apparent bash, right, major institutional religion, except he just gave it an animal name. He went to scripture, right, to say all the snake people. What is going on? What is going on? This guy just bashed you in his bash 17 seconds in, right? He's gonna go on this full discourse on probably how he's just bashing and how you should bash too, even harder. And he starts off by saying, "Yeah, I hate all what he's gonna say religions," but he names them all, but he names them all, but the snake people, right? So those who worship Neptune, for example, right? The ocean, right? This and that, the god of the ocean and this. And then you're like, no, it's Ea. And this and that and this and that and this and this and Anki and Iki and Iku and this and Bash, right? Relentless names, shape shifting names, but no. What is going on, right? Because even those who worship Neptune, for example, you would say probably Neptunians or whatever, right? Those who follow that bash. Those who worship that bash. And you're like, well, they can worship other bashes too. So they worship that bash amongst others. So it's okay. He was just the bash of that ocean. Well, who knew? So you still wouldn't say, and the ocean people. Why would you say, and the ocean people? No. See, this bash just bashed you. He just bashed, named every institutional relationship, right? Yes, institutional relationship with that which they claim is their interpretation of God, right? Or bliss, or infinite consciousness and this and that inner goodness and basic goodness and the power of now and relentless huffing and puffing and stretching and just lining up that serpent inside of you, right? So the serpent, what? Exactly. Luciferians, he didn't say it. Or Satanists or whatever you want to bash, call them, but he didn't say it. He just said, snake people. You might as well just have said light worshippers because it's the same thing. Right? You're worshiping, for example, the ocean instead of that which created the ocean, right? You're worshiping Neptune and this and that and this and all the little ones. And then the other ones, the medium ones, and then the demi ones, and then this and this and that and this and this and that forever. Wow, smashed. Right, your mule just detached from your cart, and now you're just bashed going down the cliff, and you're saying, "Whoa, I should make a ride out of this. It's so thrilling, it's so thrilling." And then bash, you just smash into, and then your body just bounces because it was going so fast, and just plummeted down, and just bounces off of a boulder and just smashes, and your mule just saw you die. Your mule saw you die, right? What's going on? This guy apparently knows because he's bashing you 17 seconds in. Wow.
Jews, I don't know who I've missed here. Sikhs, I hate all.
Sikhs and Sufis. You forgot the Sufis. Did he say Hinduism? No, he didn't say. He said Buddhism, this, that, Islam, Christians. The snake people, apparently, and Sikhs. He's like, which ones have I missed? Right?
Our fight in this world is not against Islam, it's against religion. Be very clear about this.
Oh, wow. Somehow it's blowing people's minds. Your fight isn't against Islam, people. It's against religion. And everybody goes wild. Wow, yeah, amazing. It's because they're getting boasting points, right? This guy's feeding them boasting points so they can just continue in bashing as they were, and they can't help but just have their swell like a hot dog. Okay, your bash brain and your bash head. Right, and what you think your ego is, but no, it's just your bash succubus. The succubus inside of you is fricturing so hard that you just swelled up and are just bursting at the seams. You couldn't wait to just bash, so you just clap and just say, yeah! Wow. You couldn't wait. But all along, your mule just is watching you die. Who knew?
Because I can tell you this for sure. No one's head has ever been cut off in the name of atheism.
Oh, that guy just said it. Whoa. And he quickly moves on. He's like, no one's head has ever been cut off in the name of atheism. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Right? This guy doesn't even know, right? Because this guy doesn't even know what he's saying. He just heard it on some other pump video. This relentless, motivational speaker just pumped him and said, you know what? You're in charge of your life. You've only just been passionate. You have no self-confidence because you grew up thinking that, no, I just must be the meek, miserable bash and this, and this. And no, I'm going to go take what's mine because I deserve it. And look, I am. And look, see, that's why there's no such thing as a God. And there's just nothing, right? It's just us and our flesh and our experience. And ultimately, our pleasure and this and that, right? And they couldn't wait to just boast and saying, you just gotta enjoy your moments, people. Just enjoy, make the best out of it. Be kind to others and just make the best out of it, people. Just go out there and smash and make the best out of it, okay? Just joy, 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 joy. Wow, amazing. It's like being for the person that um is terrified of clowns, for example. It's like going and lying to them, right? That they're going somewhere, and then all of a sudden they walk into a room filled with clowns, and then the door's locked. See, that's what everybody's experiencing right now. But now it's just like, wow, your escape is so much better. So that's why your escape is relentlessly there in your identification to what your bubble of your bash traumatized self is able to bear. You've created some bash thing that just is able to bear what is obviously to everyone, but we deny it, which is this: the abuse, the relentless abuse that we do to ourselves and to others. And no, 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 you say, no, no, no. It's just, there's just some bad apples, okay? Everyone else is just basically good. You see? Is everything's just good, right? And then some person couldn't bash wait to say, oh, exactly. Does God make a baby not good? Are they born evil? And this, right? So they use arguments of, scripture in the sense of they say, are they evil? When if you ask them, do you believe in good and evil? They say, oh no, there's no such thing. So then they ask you, and then you're like, wow, is that evil? Right? So they know exactly because they know that they recognize it. They have discernment, right? Between good and evil. Who knew? But yet they deny it and they say, I have my relative sense of truth and relative morality and I am ethical and I'm honest and this and bash and bash and bash. Wow, who knew everybody probably thinks that way of themselves? And wow, who knew everybody, there's lies amongst us. So who is the liar? Right? Because apparently everyone's just so good. Everyone's just doing their best and just smashing and just couldn't wait to just help any given moment, right? That's how good they are. That's how relentlessly good people are. And that's why they're like, yeah, give us more money per month. I can't even survive. Just give me more money per hour. More money per hour, and then I will be good. Okay, because otherwise I'll just be the relentless rebel. I won't even care. I won't even care and do anything. I'll just smash and 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 post in panarchy and say, see, we know what's going on. We know how to live. Really? Live what? You're just a rebel. You're just boasting. It's like the student, right? There's 42-year-olds and 45-year-olds still in university. Wow, they just live in the student life, right? So you're the relentless rebel, right? You wear the skinniest jeans you could find. You wear the relentless bandanas, and you couldn't wait to just go out there and smash, right? Put your mask on and take your billy club out and just go out and smash cars and this and threaten people and yell at them and throw rocks at them and probably just piss in bottles. And you couldn't wait to just defecate and throw a smear and say, ha ha, this will teach them. Well, right? You're Dennis the Menace. You're just some bash punk bash. Right? Right? And you're saying, we're taking the power back, man. Don't you know? We couldn't wait to take the power back. There's all liars amongst us. Everyone, we're being lied to. Really? Oh. Same manure, different orifice which it came from. Orifice, right? Different sphincter, right? But it's the same dung, right? So do you know it? Meaning, what is it? What you think you call dung, right? What are the lies? You're filled with lies. Exactly. You're the relentless, self-confident bash that is just boasting and swelling, just couldn't wait to sit down and just be silent and just somehow whisper into nothing and bat all the desire rockets and say, yes, I am bashing and bashing and smashing and somehow in touch with the Buddha or with the this or that, or with the Shiva and that, and the and then the Krishna and this, and wow, and all the other ones, and we go and then all of them, right? And all of them just smashing, just swimming, just backstroke, peaceful breaststroke. The peaceful breaststroke just in the relentless pond of the abyss of the primordial soup that which you came from, and now you're just pixie dust that's floating in the ether that somehow turns into air, and now it can just pull at either four of the corners of the wind sphere, and you think it's a plane. And it's amazing because it's flying, and you say, wow, I couldn't believe I had the idea to create a plane. Wow, what a shame, right? Wow, you think planes are the first? What? That's how we were first in the skies, right? That's how we first were able to transverse the skies, right? That's how we did it. The plane is the greatest thing, people, and we can go to Mach 13. We can go Mach 18 to the 33rd power. Who knew? Right? To the 333. What is going on? Everybody's just smashing. And they're boasting and boasting and boasting. Of what? Oh, they're like, oh, religion's the problem. Don't you see, people?
No one has ever cut into human flesh and looked down camera and gone, in the name of nothing!
Oh, right, because he has it all flipped around. He's mocking you, and he's casting a sorcerer spell on you. You cast a spell on me, or whatever, Bash, right? No one has ever killed somebody, in the name of nothing. It's always something. So this Bash just bashed himself again. Because apparently, in his belief, nothing is something. Because ultimately, that's the Big Bang, you bash. And now you say, no, because the multiverse. So something was something all along, and we just had it wrong. We just thought nothing was something, and this and this and that. Wow. So if your belief system keeps shapeshifting, what makes you think you know what is even making that possible? Right? Because if you're supposed to be like some bash goddess or god that's just somehow stifled, right? Because apparently knowledge has been hidden from you. Wow, what a shame. Right? What a shame. Right? It's like if somebody wrote some created some bash language and hid it from you forever. And then somebody finds it, they're like, wow, look at all this. Look, it's a language and all it's its own. And look. And you're like, okay, so what? And it's like, it tells you something. Tells you something. But yet, this is the thing. The whole time you are living, right? You were alive. So now your belief in something will just shapeshift. So you're not loyal. There's no loyalty in you. There's no such thing. So how can you expect there to be certainty? So embrace the chaos, and they do. Order out of chaos. That's the apparent target, right? That's the goal. Order, right? But no. It's relentless chaos, meaning just let it do. It's just bombs after bombs, right? In the sense of just bashhood, just devastation, just relentlessly stumbling, right? Just that sonic boom that just stuns you, and you're like, oh, and you're just stunned. You have no idea. You just fall down, collapse in the fetal position. And you're like, oh, take me home. I don't know what's going on. And then somebody comes and knocks you out. And you're like, wake up. And you're like, wow, what happened? And you're like, bah, it's Terminator, man. They came in and the revolution happened, and you just bashed. We're in a coma for 50 years, man. Man, what happened? But we kept you young because we developed the technology to just keep you past young, and this and that and this and this. Smashed. Right? What is going on? This guy, what is he? He's wordsmithing you. Obviously, people have always killed people, murdered, right? Because he's referring to murder, right? People, when any blood spilled has to be answered to, right? amongst beasts and man amongst man, right? What it will have to be accounted for, right? Of course, of course. So what's this Bash saying? He's like nobody's ever murdered for nothing. What a shame. What of all those relentless people, right? That don't, apparently are psychopaths, right? Or this or this. They don't feel anything. They just do it. It's just impulse. It's just not for nothing. It's just It's just like swinging a bat to them. It's just like going out stretching. It's just like man, squeaky, 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 in and out, friction, friction, this and that, the huffing ethers and this, and sitting down and just huffing and puffing and just stretching and stretching. Just who knew, friction. So this guy's lying, right? Because Mao or whatever communist, any like in China, right, in Asia, and also in Russia, right? Stalin. Uh, I mean they didn't believe, right? In a creator, in God, right? They didn't believe. In fact, they were like, "Oh, it's just passion, and it's just about control and power, and what you can come to just further embrace, for the promise of glory in the Bash ways to kill." Who knew? So apparently, you're like, no, 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 that was just a man killing in the name of progress and his own, obsession with power and this and this and that and this and this. Wow, no, what a shame, right? Because who kills, right, with such savagery, right? It's like they have no one to hold them accountable in a sense, not even themselves, because they don't even care, and that's why they see themselves as bigger than life themselves. They're here to create some bash worship for themselves because they're like, well, nobody's gonna do it because no, okay, I'm gonna go out do it and just smash it. And it's the best because no one has my will, and I serve that which rewards me. And how good of a killing machine I am! Wow, right? And ways of killing aren't you don't have to blast somebody in the bash skull with a bullet anymore, right? You can just poison them, and in every relentless way through the ears, through what you see, right? Through what you consume, whether it is breathing or drinking or eating. But ultimately, it's the robbery, it's the theft of your life. Taken hostage, right? You are now the relentless Stockholm syndrome, bash traumatized victim that goes to counseling, to the bash abuser himself. And he's like, so how did you feel last night when I was relentlessly pounding your sphincter? And you were crying. Hmm. How? Because I love you, right, Billy? Billy, I love you and the world loves you, but you just are angry. You're angry, so that's why I do it to you, right? And this and that and this and this and that, right? So just bash traumatizing. You're getting traumatized by going to seek help. You're getting bash traumatized further and further and thinking you're bash freer and freer. No, traumatized. For who knew no it's life is filled life in denial is filled with manifestations to smash you, even when you think you got it all smashing squeaky clean. And that's the lie, right? Because that's the lie that you go out and believe, but then you smash, you fall and stumble because you have believed yourself the separation, right? You're like, see, well, I don't believe in a creator, a God. So and see, I'm still alive. So, um, what kind of creator is that? I mean, if he's almighty powerful, why doesn't he just smite you and kill you if you don't believe in him? Huh? Exactly. And they have relentless justifications and say, well, if he was so powerful, he wouldn't make all the suffering in the world. No, the suffering is at the hand of the bash deceived man who knew, right? He who just serves that which promises Him glory in the flesh. But the fine print, don't you see? But no, they don't see. They say, yes, show me because I believe in the pleasures. And it's pleasure, S&M, sadistic, masochistic. You're like, I like pain too. No, you were traumatized to enjoy pain because you ultimately embrace failure. You embrace the suffering, and you're like, that's why I rise it above like the phoenix from the ashes. And that's why I'm a blazing fire, and this and this and that and this and this and this. No, you're a boasting, proud, prideful, denier, hypocrite. Because ultimately, you are, because you have made yourself God, right? Because ultimately, you are the relentless judge. You're the relentless lawgiver, and you're the relentless inflictor, right, of any reward or pain to life, right? Through your courts and through your apparent, ways of justice and subliminal messaging to just mash you and cook you in the night. Who knew? So which way is this guy omeletting us today? Oh, right. Because to him, everyone who's murdered has done it in the name of God, right? So every time they swung a sword, it was like in the name of God, and this, according to him. And every bash, spear that people throw, they threw it in the name of God and this, right? Mm, what is going on? For ultimately, they were part of a perhaps kingdom, and they're like, well, but they ultimately all believed in this and this and that and this and this and that and this and this and that, right? And you call that Christianity, right? Because wow, it surely must preach in the Bible to go out and just massacre, right? Wrong. In the sense of what is going on. Surely there's those who war against God, meaning deny it, deny Him, deny the existence of the only true living lawgiver, lawmaker. He is the only authority. Who knew? Who knew? No, it had to be this and this and that. Because to him, apparently, yup, all the religions have been just bashing. Could it be that they're all corrupt interpretations? All the institutions. See, this is beautiful, right? Because in the sense of the elusive ability to be deceived, right? Beautiful, right? You think you're seeing a bashed flower, but no. What is it? You don't know. And you say, obviously it's beautiful. Did you not see the intricacies in the colors and this and the shades? And even the smells. Are you bashed? Look at all the poetry, about flowers. Wow. Blah, 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 smashed. Wow, who knew life is beyond all poetry? It smashes poetry, right? Because you can sit down and write relentless prose and relentless lines and say, wow, I'm so amazing. Let this inspire the world. No, who knew you could just. Why is it not so obvious that it's just something that you can see? Who knew? You see it. So what? Are you just gonna worship that flower and say, "Wow, you're my new god, flower"? Just you're the flower god. Wow, what a shame, right? Because you can dice and slice and smite and just compartmentalize and just segregate and just blah, blah, blah. No, but it's the same thing. Look around. It's the same thing everywhere. It's all here. It's all here. It's all that ever has been. It's all that has all. It's all that has been. Who knew and is and will be. Right in the sense of what you can come to comprehend. And so you try and say, how do I explain this to myself in a way that then I'll worship that explanation and create a better life for myself? Because nope, I'm not alive. I don't know what this is. Nope, I do not have a clue. I'm just so confused and doubtful. And so I must just relentlessly meander in thought and just try and figure it out. And listen to all the past bashers of thought and just meanders of just nothing and just believe them and just say, yes, you inspire me and that's reason and logic. Thank you. And we just believe in relentless testing and measuring of some bash thing because then we call it just the bash. And then we believe ourselves to be that bash. And then that's why the relentless bash meanders of thought ended up mostly bash killing themselves. And then you worship their bash statues. Who knew? Or all the relentless beautiful minds, right? You're like, wow, all the beautiful minds just took their own life. Who knew? They just couldn't handle. Did they see what most men don't see, and that's why they couldn't handle it? They just went mad. They just went mad and just bashed themselves. Who knew? Right? Or just because they were just drunk. They were just drunk all the time, or on opiates, or just bashed. They're just on relentless mushrooms, just tripping out the whole time. They're just bashed, right? Who knew? And this and that. You're like, no, that's what made them great. Don't you see? They gave us all the ways to think. That is nothing. And somehow this nothing doesn't matter, but somehow you have the experience of making it what you want. You have the experience and the ability to just make nothing whatever you want. Yeah. What a shame. And everybody's losing their mind. They're like, yeah, this guy's so right. Exactly, because they call bad good and good bad. It's the inverse. People are just mashed because they are in the wrong. So they have to applaud something that is completely wrong because they're bashing and saying, yes, it's amazing. They're in the
Now, let
lie.
me be
So they
clear
have to bash, boast, and boast and boast and just stroke that lie.
about this.
Because ultimately, this guy's lying. Because all religions, it's beautiful, right? All religions have been created, in a sense, institutionalized to bash you. Nothing about them is what? For if they all spoke the truth, would that not be bash a fruit? What are the fruits? What are the fruits of the supposed spirit that guides them to apparent God, right? What guides you? What is it? And you're like, no, it's just different interpretations and different cultures and different times and different regions, geographic and culture and food. It just depends. Smashed. What's going on?